Good morning, you guys. Love to see all three of you here again this morning. All right. It is time to start using up our cardstock paper strips. Those, every time you cut your cardstock to make it a certain shape, you always have these little strips. Well, today I'm going to show you a card using those strips, but also how I organize my card strips. So let's get started. And wait a minute. No, I can't find my camera. With that new little tag in there, nope, that's not what I want. Nope. Yep, there we go. Did it. Oh, this program is pretty cool. All right, so this is how I organize my paper strips. I have a basket here, so just a regular basket. I have a bunch on my desk. Yes, Dorothy, that's what my problem was. I've been doing this for so long. Oh my gosh. So what I did is I took tag board from, like, when you get paper packs, you get all this cardboard. So I cut them up, and then I took a tab punch, and the tab punch that I use isn't available anymore, but you can just Google Amazon and find a tag punch, or just cut a piece of paper out and fold it over and make your own tag. But anyway, so I put them in order of our color family. So this first part is the neutrals, all right, and then I go to the brights, then I go to the subtles, and then I go to the regals. And so they're all in here. And my basket's big enough to where if I have a half piece of paper, like this Mango Melody is just a half sheet, it fits in there fine. Okay, so I really like that. That's my way I organize my strips. All right, so I pulled out, what we're going to do today, this is going to be so much fun. I pulled out a rainbow of strips here, so from the Subtles family. So I have my Calypso Coral, what is that, Petal Pink? No, wait a minute, I have to look. Yeah, that's Petal Pink. Then So Saffron, and then I have Pear Pizzazz, and Mint Macron, and Pool Party. I think that's Pool Party. Hold on, what is that? Yeah, Pool Party. All right, so I have this as rainbow here. And what I want to do is glue them all together. Well, I need a base to glue them onto. So I just took a scrap of designer paper, and you're not even going to see it. So it doesn't matter what color, what kind of paper it is. But I wanted it kind of thin because cardstock has already got a thickness to it, and I want to run this through the embossing machine after I finish gluing it on here. All right. So let's go ahead and do that part. Oh, before we get started though, remember this is a card a day in the month of May, and I am showcasing retired things. So the reason why I want to emboss it is this, my absolute go-to, I use this embossing folder all the time, is retiring. It will not be available in the new catalog. So if you want an embossing folder that has a lot of leaves on it, because this is masculine, feminine, nature, it's just all kinds. It just, leaves are so good for everything. So it is retiring. So I want to use that today. Also, what's retiring is this Valentine's Forever Lovely, except it has this saying, wishing you a lovely day. And I've been sending out cards to everybody during the quarantine. So that's a perfect sentiment for the quarantine, wishing you a lovely day. I think that's all. Okay, and so I showed you how I organize my paper. And now we're going to make this card. All right, so the first thing we need to do is glue all these strips on here. So I just need some glue here. And you don't need much, just go down like the center, because we're going to emboss it. So it's going to be there it's going to be good. All right, so just a little strip of glue there in the middle. And I like glue because it lets you wiggle it a little bit before it sticks. There we go. And I'm just bumping that right up next to the other one. So you can't, like I said, you won't be able to see this designer paper back here. But like I said, I wanted something thin enough so it would go through the embossing folder. Oh, and where I got this idea, well, where I got part of this idea, the rainbow paper strip idea. If you go to the Stampin' Up! Facebook page. Well, actually, it's probably gone from there, but for sure the Instagram, the Facebook, I mean the Stampin' Up! Instagram. This girl over in Europe, she made the cutest, oh my gosh, adorable cards doing this technique. You'll have to go over there and check that out. Yeah, our Stampin' Up! Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube. Stampin' Up! Has some great stuff. You really like it if you have not been over there. Okay, do I have any questions here? What size paper? Oh, good question, Dorothy. These, I picked strips that were all about the same, and these are all 3/4 inch, but you could do 1/2 inch, 1 inch. You could do multiple different, you know, whatever. Just get it, just cover your card base here. And this designer paper, I cut the size of a card, so it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. There we go. Whoops. There we go. All right, so we've got them all glued on there. Okay, very nice. Now we're going to stick our embossing folder and go through the embossing machine. Oh wait, I was going to cut it out first. Okay, wait a minute. Because once you run it through the Big Shot, it'll flatten out all the embossing. So first I have the stitched rectangles, and these are not retiring. These are still available. They'll be in the new catalog, but I picked this rectangle here, and I'm doing it at an angle because I want all the colors in my little rainbow to show. So I'm like doing it like that, and then I need a little piece of washi tape so it doesn't slip in the machine. Yeah, so first, or you could just cut it with a paper trimmer. You don't have to do the stitched rectangle, but I like the stitched rectangle, so there we go. All right, it's on there. Now go through my Big Shot. Oops. And I'm going to go through another time just in case, because it's 2 sheets of paper technically, so hopefully that was enough. And did it? Yes, it did. Okay, great. Yay. Okay. Come on, get off there. Cool, huh? So that's what I have so far, but now I want to put the leaves on there. So I'm just gonna stick that in there, close that up. Oh, and I have to redo my sandwich. So when you have a Big Shot, you have to keep, I just keep a paper here that tells me what to do, but I have done so many of these that I kind of remember how to do it. You need the original plate. This is the magnetic plate here, and it's thicker than the original. Whoops, the original. So I have the original, and it tells you on here. So you need a embossing plate, then you need your sandwich, or your, I said that backwards. You need your a standard cutting plate, then you need your embossing folder, and then you need your second plate here. Oh, you know what? Nope. Blue. I forgot. This is a 3D embossing. Come on, where's my blue one? All right. This is a 3D embossing folder by Stampin' Up, and I totally forgot. They made this special plate just for these 3Ds. So a standard platform and the blue one for these 3D. They're really thick embossing folders. Nope, not going through. All right, what's going on? What is going on? Maybe it's a, goodness gracious, I feel like an idiot here. Okay, maybe it's a regular plate. Let's try that one. Yeah, we definitely need to have all these instructions written down. There it goes. Woo! Oh my gosh, how silly. All right, here we go. Now let's look at this. Oh wow, that's so pretty. Okay, with all that trouble. What do you think? All right, you all like that? You like this idea? Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. All right. After I did that fiasco of trying to emboss it. Oh my goodness. It's a good thing I can laugh at myself. Okay. All right. All right, so we glued the strips onto a light piece of scrap paper. Then we cut out the rectangle at an angle. Then we ran it through the embossing leaves folder, which happens to be retiring. Now what I'm going to do is start building my card. So I'm doing this on a white card base. Okay, I'm going to put that right there. The Forever Lovely stamp, wishing you a lovely day. You can tell I've used that a whole bunch. And I'm going to get out my Stamparatus just in case the sentiment doesn't stamp perfectly, and I want it to stamp just perfect. So hold on, let me get that on there. And also, because it's so little and I'm way up in the corner, and like I've said, this hinge sometimes prevents this edge from getting inked, I am just going to take some washi tape here and tape my paper to the foam mat. And I'm using a foam mat here because I have a photopolymer stamp there. All right, and get it centered. All right, there we go. Okay, and now we're just using black. And it did it perfect the first time. I love it when it does that. There we go. You all still there? I hope so. This is a fun card. I hope you all, this is something you all will like to do, using up your scrap paper. All right. Put that to the side. Now, this white, of course, with some scrap. I keep all this, whoops, let me show you here. In my basket, look at all this white scrap I have. I have tons of it, so I'm always grabbing from the white. And then I have some So Saffron, that's scrap, and you can see where it's cut there. I'm going to cut a scallop circle from this, and I'm going to cut a stitch circle from this. Now, I've said this lots. These two, well, actually all three of these now. Pull these over here for you, but the layering circles, the stitch shapes, and the layering rectangles, I mean, you can just use them on everything. They are so well loved in this house, in this craft room. So really like that. So I got a stitch circle here, and where's that washi tape? There it is. And I want to make sure that stays right there in the center. So I'm putting some washi tape on that. Now, let me get my sandwich together. I need my magnetic plate, and then I need 2 cutting plates. Oops, here's another cutting plate. There we go. So, I can't tell which one's a cutting plate and which one's the top plate. There we go. So we have that, and actually we can put that over there, and then we can put this one here. Oh, you can't see. I need to remember to stay in the camera. There we go. So we have got our sandwich going here. All right, and pull it through the machine. All right. And of course, you don't have to, if you don't have the stitch shapes, the layering circles has a straight edge circle that will fit inside. But I love the stitched. It just, of course, I'm a quilter too, so that might have something to do with it. And that goes right there. All right, so we have that, we have that, we have that. We're not quite done yet. We're going to use up some more scraps here. Let me get all these out of the way. All right, I have some Pear Pizzazz and some Mint Macaron scraps here because I want to punch out some leaves. Since we embossed this with leaves, I thought putting some leaves back behind the sentiment would be nice. So I have 1, 2, and then I'm going to do 3 here because you want to always do odd numbers Odd numbers are the trick to making it look really cool. Oops, it's barely going to fit there. Okay. Pull those out of the way. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and glue this down. I would glue this, not tape it, because it is got dimension to it since we ran it through the embossing folder. And so the tape runner tape might not hold it real secure. So, and I'm just centering that. There we go. Perfect. One more thing I'm going to do for this card is I'm going to add some ribbon. So I'm making this really fancy today. And this is how I attach ribbon. I take my tape runner and I want my ribbon to go diagonal. So from up here down here. So I've got to remember when I flip it over, this is going to be down here. So now my ribbon's going this way. All right. And then I've just put some tape on here, okay, and get some ribbon out. And this is how I do this. So the center, I am going to put the ribbon just a little past center, just a little bit, about as much as the width of the ribbon is. I take my finger and I loop it over it so it's a finger's width past the sentiment, okay, and then I get that all lined up and stick that down. Then I do it again over here. Okay, and then I cut that off. Where are my scissors? Oh heavens! All right, just always have scissors everywhere. There we go. All right, so I have that, and I want to put it on here, except the ribbon is got some dimension to it, so I'm going to lift it up. So the ribbon has room. There we go. Okay. And then we still need to put the leaves under it. So I'm just gonna, well, actually, let's dab the glue on the leaf. There we go. And just stick it on there. Oops, get out of the way, card. And I'm putting 2 on this side. Kind of use the tip of your bottle to hold it down so you don't get your fingers too messy. All right, let that sit for a minute. Oops, come here. Oh, they don't want to pick up. I really don't. There we go. So I put 2 on one side and 3 on the other. And I kind of put them at different levels. All right. Actually, no. Let's not get out of control here. Yeah, we'll put him over there. All right, so, and then I just use the bottle to hold it down. And because this has got all kinds of stuff on the back, we're going to lift it up with dimensionals also. There we go. And it's a pretty big circle, so I'm going to put 4 on here. There we go. All right, here we go, the final touch. Oh, you know what though? Oh, I wasn't paying attention and my leaves are off the card. Not good, not good. Okay, have you stuck on there too much? Oh, I should have measured that before I tried it. Okay, I tore them off. That's all right. No problems. So, where are we going to put them? Over here? You know what? I don't think we need them actually. It looks good just the way it is. All right. And there we go. Okay. Cool, huh? Actually, you know what? I think it does need some leaves over here. I can't stay away from decorating. I just got to have more and more and more. We need some bling on here. We need, actually, you know what would be fun? I'm going to stick that under there. Ooh, how fun is that? There we go. Okay, yay. So get out there, go get your strips. Oh, hi, Teresa. You're a quilter too. Awesome. All right, then you definitely want all the stitched dies then. Oh, you guys, thank you so much for joining me again this morning. This was card number, God, what is today? Is today the 13th? I think 14th? Ooh, I've lost track. Okay. Well, anyways, y'all have a great rest of your day and go out there and make something pretty, okay? Bye-bye.